Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kicking Balls FC once again. Happy Sunday. Happy World Cup qualifying Sunday. For those of you that, just like me, are very excited to know how CONCACAF is going to be. But we're not talking about CONCACAF today. We're going to be talking about CONMEBOL. I know I'd said that I wanted to talk about it the day afterwards, but like I said, my camera got broken. I finally got the camera yesterday. I was waiting so long because I did not like how dreadful the webcam looked on my laptop. So this one's pretty good. It is working. So we're going to break it down. So first thing is first, we're just going to address the elephant in the room that in CONMEBOL, we already found out the four South American teams that have qualified to the World Cup directly, which means that there is only one half spot left for a CONMEBOL nation to maybe get into the World Cup via playoff, right? So Brazil, Argentina, you already know what they're all about. They've already, Brazil just steamrolled everything. They just make it look so easy, and it's just that they're just that good. And then Argentina, by the way, oof, they look really solid. They have not lost a game since 2019. Put that to perspective, right? So that is insane. That is just an insane, you know, statistic, by the way. But I will tell you this, that don't be surprised if Argentina and Brazil are maybe one of the could be one of the favorites for the World Cup. I wouldn't be too surprised. It would be pretty cool if Messi, you know, goes into the World Cup final and finally wins it, and then he basically shushes critics. He could retire afterwards, saying that he is the greatest player that has ever been produced and has won the World Cup, won everything that could have won. That's the one thing that he's missing. So that is what's going on. So those are the ones that finished, right? Okay, so Ecuador qualified as well, so they are going to the World Cup. Uruguay uh, qualified as well, but it was very how should I say this? It was kind of controversial how they did that, but more on the way as we go along. And look at Peru and Colombia, the 5th and 6th place. Those guys are uh you know those are the ones that you have to kind of look out for. Those are the two teams that are going to be fighting for a spot in the World Cup. That is. And then Chile, I think they already been eliminated because I don't know how they can go. They could make it, but it is an uphill battle because a lot of things have to go right for Chile to go into the World Cup. They have the bleakest of possibilities. But again, football, anything could happen. Anything could happen, right? So, Paraguay, Bolivia, and Venezuela, those guys are eliminated. So, thank you very much. Maybe better like next time. So, we're going to go through each of the past games to tell you how it went down, right? And what each team needs, basically Peru and Colombia, to win. So, the first game, it was Colombia versus Bolivia. It was 3-0. It was a little shaky at first, but Colombia, uh, didn't have anything to worry about, in my opinion. They had it all. Um, they had more of the possession, and Bolivia is not that strong of a team. I don't remember the last time they've been in a World Cup, but Colombia needed to win this game to have any hope of qualification. Now, knowing that the only way to qualify is through the playoff, the intercontinental playoff. So, Colombia shots 19, shots on target 7, 73 possession, 685 passes, 90% pass accuracy, right? And maybe one yellow card. So that is that game. Let's look at the Paraguay Ecuador game, which is weird because Ecuador lost that game, but they still qualified for the World Cup. How does that even work? You know? So Paraguay won 3-1. They scored early in the first half and then got an own goal uh, thanks to Ecuador. And Miguel Almiron, man, he's back. that Atlanta ex Atlanta United, now Newcastle, I believe. And then there was a red card given to Paraguay, but that didn't matter. They still had a total control of the game. Even though they didn't have much possession, Paraguay took their chances, right? It was an uphill battle. Sad that Paraguay is not going to go to the World Cup. It's been a long time since they have gone to the World Cup. I think the last time they went was in 2010, I believe, probably during South Africa, unless I'm mistaken, unless they did go um, during Brazil, because Brazil was, the home country. So that is that game. Brazil versus Chile. What can I say about that game? What you have not known. Brazil is just a beast of a nation, right? They want to exercise those demons that happen in the World Cup of Brazil. They are just a complete team. Their front three, ooh, they are scary, man. And I hope all the other nations are taking place. It's about time that a South American wins a World Cup. I'm so freaking tired of Europe winning all these World Cups, man. We need at least another confederation to win it. And I don't know who's going to win it. Like either an Asian, African, or North American. I hope North American is the next one, but it's a far stretch. Now, this is the game that everyone is talking about. They have not uh it came with a lot of controversy, and I'll tell you why. So Uruguay scored in the first half, right? They got 14 shots on target two. They had 49 possessions, so Peru were actually pushing a little bit. But there was actually a moment where Peru, I would say, in my opinion, scored a goal that should have counted, but they didn't even use VAR to see if the ball crossed over the line. It For me in that angle, it looked like it crossed over the line and should have tied the game, and that should have at least give Peru a breathing room to qualify. But I guess it's not going to happen. So now Peru has to start playing their best football ever in the last window. And then now Argentina versus Venezuela. Argentina is just on a monster stretch of games being undefeated, right? So these are going to be the next games, right? So this is the ones we got to look out for next window that's going to be happening on Tuesday, right? Very exciting stuff. So it's going to be Peru versus Paraguay at home. Ecuador versus Argentina. Ecuador, the home team. Venezuela versus Colombia. Chile versus Uruguay. And Bolivia versus Brazil. So the two, maybe three games that you should be looking out for are a couple of things. So if you look at the standings right now, again, we're looking at Peru, Colombia, Chile. Those are the three, right? Chile may have a chance, but it is a very low chance that they could qualify. I just don't know how they could do it. So all Peru really has to do is simple. They win and they're in, and they go to an intercontinental playoff for the second cycle in a row. Last time Peru that went into a intercontinental playoff, that actually was against New Zealand, right? But back then it was a home and away leg series. Now it's just a one single game. You have to remember the venue is going to be in Qatar in June, and I really hope they have those air conditioned stadiums ready, because if you ever been to Qatar in the summer, it is unbearable. It's like triple digit 100 degrees beyond. We're talking 30 Celsius for all of you, the rest of the world that is not the United States. That's how bad it is. Could be even 40 Celsius. Oh, but that is the case. So Peru has to play Paraguay. If they basically win the game, they're in. That's all they have to think about. They don't have, because if they tie and Colombia has to play Venezuela, all Colombia has to do is win the game and they surpass Peru. So Peru cannot be complacent. They know that Colombia is going to go to the weakest team in the Confederation. Venezuela is not going to give everything away, but they are the worst team. Just to give you a perspective, Colombia must be feeling pretty good because Paraguay is no pushover, but Venezuela will try to do everything to prevent Colombia of a win. So Colombia would want to hope that Peru slips. Now, Peru doesn't necessarily have to lose the game. They could even just tie the game, and all Colombia has to do is just win the game, right? And that will make them go in to that fifth spot, right? Now, if Colombia loses, bye bye World Cup. That's it. If they lose or even a tie would be good against Peru because look at the goal differential right here. Peru is -5. There's 0. So, for example, if Peru loses, right, that minus will go up probably -6, and then Colombia will go 21, but they will go through because of goal differential. So Colombia has many, many opportunities to basically, uh, qualify. Peru only has one, which is to win. Tie is just cutting it too close. Now look at Chile. That's the one that is like the most uphill battle. Basically, the perfect storm has to happen in order for Chile to basically go through the next round. So this is what has to happen for all you Chilean fans. You would have to hope that Peru loses the game and that Colombia either lose the game as well. They have both have to lose the game. But if, for example, if Colombia ties the game, it'll be 21, and if Chile wins the game, uh wait a minute, I actually have that wrong. So let's say if Colombia ties the game, all Chile has to do is win the game. A tie is not going to help. They have to win the game. That's the only way to do it. So Chile has to win the game and would have to pray that Peru loses the game, Colombia loses or ties the game, but Chile would have to basically win the game. So that's the only way to do it. So for all you Chilean fans out there, you better hope that Peru and Colombia have their worst game in their entire qualifying cycle that day. It's going to be crazy because I'll probably be watching all three screens on that same day. So that's going to be very interesting. So that is about it, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to show you, go back to where I promised that I said that I was going to review the standings. And my prediction, I really hope that Peru wins. That's why I have this Peruvian jersey. And if one of my Peruvian buddies, the real Admiral, is watching, I hope you are seeing that I am representing you guys, right? So hopefully you guys win and you get to the intercontinental playoff. And most likely you have to play Australia. So, and it's on a one game. So I think you guys could take them, right? And I think any Asian team that's looking at South America right now are kind of like holding their breath, right? Because any of these teams are dangerous. So that is going to be something interesting. So thank you guys for joining me on the stream and for letting me kind of tell you what is going on with South America. There is still one window left that's going to happen on Tuesday, right? That's actually going to be the exact same time that I believe CONCACAF is going to play, if I'm not mistaken, unless it's going to be on a Wednesday. I need to know that right now. Just give me one sec. Let's see if it's true. I doubt it. It is Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. So okay. So I'll be able to stream after the game for CONMEBOL. Kind of give you see if my prediction was true. That I think Peru is going to win, Colombia is going to win, Chile is going to win, but at the end of the day, I think Peru is going to go through the intercontinental playoff. I think I'm predicting that. I don't know the score. don't don't tell me about score lines because I'm really bad at that. But all I know is that I have a hint of suspicion that Peru is going to win, probably by the slimness of margins, probably like 1-0, right? And don't quote me on that. I think that could be the minimal thing. It's going to be a tight game, but I know Peru is going to throw everything in it. And you have to remember, Peru is playing at home, so the entire home crowd is gonna be behind this team, right? So, yeah, so after that game, I will be talking post-game analysis and letting you know if I was correct on my assumption, and then we can look forward to um how the two teams basically how the Asian team and the South American team going to match for the intercontinental playoff, right? That's going to be happening soon because we don't know the Asian team yet. We know it's going to be between Australia and the UAE. They have to play a playoff, an Asian playoff, just to have a chance to go to the intercontinental playoff. So the stakes couldn't even be more high than that. But overall, um, I just think that Peru has a good quality team. They're gonna make it to the World Cup for the second time in the row. They're not gonna let this opportunity slip by, especially playing at home. So hopefully, all you Peruvian fans that are watching, I hope you guys wish you the best of luck. That you guys qualify, and you already can tell that I'm already presenting Peru right here, right here. There you go, my Peruvian jersey. So, all right, guys. So, thank you so much for joining the stream. I'm gonna be back again. I'm gonna do a watch along uh, later on. But the most important thing is for this one, make sure to join me after the end of the last leg of CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying. All right, guys. So make sure stay humble, stay awesome, and make sure you enjoy the game that's going to be happening on Tuesday. And tell me about your score predictions. Who do you think is going to be the last uh, South American team that's going to get that fifth place spot? Who's going to be? Is it going to be Peru? Is it going to be Colombia? Or is it going to be Chile? Let me know in the comments below. All right. So, all right, guys. So take it easy. Have a wonderful weekend. All right. We'll see each other again on Tuesday.